Good morning, class. My name is Harsha Jumnani. Today's date is 16th December 2020. This is class 11th. I'll be teaching you commerce, and the period is third, and the duration of this class is 35 minutes. So, students, I'll be asking you few questions, and if you know the answers, then give your answers in complete sentence. So, the first question is, in which country do you live? Yes, we live in the country India. The next question is, what is the main occupation of people of India? Yes, the main occupation of people of India is agriculture. The person who is engaged in agriculture or farming is called what? They are called as farmers. Where does farmer sells his goods or produce? The farmers sell his goods and produce in the market. So, what is the activity of buying and selling of goods or products in the market known as? So, students, today we shall study about trade. What do you understand by the term trade? Meaning of trade. Trade refers to buying and selling of goods and services for money or its worth. It includes transfer or exchange of goods and services. It is essential for satisfaction of human wants. It provides services to consumers and enhances their standard of living. So, it is an important social activity. Students, tell me about the types of trade. The types of trade are home trade and foreign trade. Under home trade, trade done within the country is known as home trade, means within the boundaries of a particular country is known as home trade. And the foreign trade, trade done outside outside the boundaries of a country or trade done with countries outside India is known as foreign trade. Now, kinds of home trade. Home trade are divided into two parts, wholesale trade and retail trade. Under wholesale trade, it involves buying in bulk, means the wholesaler purchases the goods in large quantities from producers or manufacturers and sell it in lots of retailers for resellers to consumers. For resale to consumers, the wholesaler sells his goods to the retailers in comparatively small quantities, and finally retailers sell those goods to final or ultimate consumers. Now, retail trade, it involves buying in smaller lots from wholesaler and selling in smaller quantities to consumers. What the wholesalers firstly sells them to retailers, and then retailers firstly purchases from wholesalers and then sell them to the ultimate consumer in individual units or quantities according to their needs. Now, students, tell me, what are the kinds of foreign trade? The kinds of foreign trade involves import trade, export trade and anti-import trade, as you can see in this picture. Import trade, when a country buys goods from outside country, it is called as import trade, like raw oil. The second is export trade. When sellers sell goods outside country, it is called export trade. Means supposingly India is selling its goods to the country outside India, the foreign countries, then it is known as export trade. like processed petroleum or products. And the third is entrepot trade, where one country purchases from another country, makes changes and sells to another country. It is called entrepot trade. Rubber is imported from Thailand and processed rubber export to Japan. This is an example of entrepot trade. Now let's check how much have you learned. So what is trade? Trade is buying and selling of goods and services, or the buying of goods. What are the two types of trade? The two types of trade are wholesale trade and home trade or foreign trade. What are the types of home trade? The two types of home trade are wholesale trade and the retailer trade. What are types of foreign trade? Foreign trade are import, export trade or interport trade. What is interport trade? When one country buys goods from another country and then sells it to some other country, then it is known as interport trade. Now students, giving you some statements, you have to tell me true in case the statements are true and false in case the statements are false. Trade is buying and selling goods and services from money for money or money's worth. Yes, true. Trade is of two types, home and export. Home and foreign trade. It is wrong. Wholesale and retail are the two types of foreign trade. No, wrong. The two types of foreign trade are import and export. The next question is import, export and interport are types of foreign trade. Yeah, true. Wholesale trade in bulk purchase of goods from manufacturer. Yeah, this is true. Now students, write down your homework. Write down 5 items of exports and imports each in India. Okay students, thank you. Thank you so much.